Alright. Is it working now? Are we good? I don't know how to exactly view the comments now. This is crazy. Okay. Chat viewing options show. We're good? And there should be audio now because this is coming off my phone. This is how I'm gonna... Okay, there we go. So there's not a bad delay, I'm guessing, this time. This is how I'm gonna be streaming when I'm at Rocky Mountain Audio Fest next week. Yeah, I was trying to use this thing to live stream on. And this is my normal camera, my baby. But, okay, so we're not going to use this. I was capturing EOS utility, but we'll just set that to the side for now. And we will get into everything I have going on right over here. So, long story short, I have had an absolutely insane time preparing for RMath, and because of that, the video I was going to post today, we used some footage in it that did not get approved. Long story short, it was kind of like a video involving some of the stuff I do for my work. We couldn't get some of the footage approved in time. So as a result of that, that video could not get published today. It's just on the Patreon, and it's going to stay there until it gets approved or doesn't get approved. So we're going to have to do this instead because I cannot miss getting content out. I don't want you guys to have to wait on that. So I have several things for you. One of which is these. These are the earbuds that I've had sitting around that I've been wanting to do the roundup on for quite a while. There was going to be one more set, but didn't quite fit in the same budget bracket as these, so I ended up not including it. So, can I view my stream on the computer? I'd like to see if I can. If I can, that'll make this a lot easier. It says my stream's offline on the computer. Okay, well, I'm just going to assume that it's still working. So, but I have these for you, and then we are going to talk about these. Yeah, I know there's fidget spinners right here. This thing's really awesome, by the way. It's a fidget cube. Anyway, we're going to talk about these. This is the regular NFB11, the one that I've had since my original review of the NFB11, and this is the R2R version of the NFB11. I am going to put out an actual full video on this, but we'll do like a live review of it just because it could be super fun. But first off, these right here. I'm going to plug these up to the iFi IDSD Black Label and the ONM1S. Now, I have already tested these a whole lot, but it's nice to kind of get a little refresh on them. We have, here, I'll pull it up on my computer, the P190s, H180s, the High Z's, the TOI High Z's, and, of course, the Monks. This is the Espresso Monk, but honestly, they don't sound any different from the normal Monk. Now, these are the ones that I went crazy over because Monk is like $5 and they're insanely good value. But these ones over here are the most recommended ones that people wanted me to put out a review on. Everyone said that these would be comparable to, if not better than, the Monk in some way, shape, or form. So we are going to talk about that. And these do have their pluses and minuses. Actually, this pair specifically, I'm sure a lot of you guys know Metal571. He actually bought me these, and I bought him a pair of Monks, and we just had them shipped to each other. So, and these are actually pretty neat. Everyone said these had better bass than Monk, and then everyone else, well, I have something to say about these. But, starting off, if you guys saw the review on the Monks, you probably know that I absolutely loved them. I thought they're just like the craziest value I've ever seen. The soundstage on them is ridiculously good, and part of that has to do with the fact that they don't seal on your ears. I mean, they're not IEMs, they're earbuds. And having different foams does slightly change the sound. This is a slightly more dense foam, and it does increase the low frequency quite a bit as opposed to the thinner ones that come with it. But, I mean, with that said, it's not going to be particularly bassy regardless because these are still earbuds, they don't seal, and you're not going to get sub out of these unless you try to EQ them in, and don't. Just don't. So, moving forward, since we're talking about bass, this is what everyone was recommending to me for bass. This is the TY High Z's, and what I will say about them is they do have more mid-bass, they do have more punch. This chassis, as a lot of earbud chassis, is another generic. I've seen them around everywhere. I mean, just like, you know, the chassis used on these, the chassis used on Monk. I've seen them on other earbuds before. This particular one I mean, it's nothing special, let's be honest. It doesn't respond well to any kind of foams I found. So if comfort is super important to you and you need foams for comfort, this isn't going to be quite for you, but they do have more mid-bass than Monk at the sacrifice of highs and vocal presence. These sound kind of like they start to roll off at 10K, which, if you saw my iSign review, you know I'm not a big fan of that. But that being said, these are very cheap. They took about 3 weeks to get here, which, I mean, you know, that's part of why you get these so cheap. You're getting them on China website. But I don't think they can compare to the Monk as far as detail is concerned. If you really just care about having a little bit more mid-bass, and I wouldn't exactly call them warm, it's just a little bit more impact in the mid-bass, which it's hard to say impact when you're talking about earbuds, but that's what the word I'm going to use for this. If you really just care about that, then you should be buying IEMs and not these. I'm just saying. Or these. I guess IEMs on a budget's hard to deal with unless you're getting the ZS5, which I have over here. Wonderful ZS5s, which are all tangled up. These are also coming soon on the channel. And these. I absolutely love these. These are like super Monks. You know what? Let's pull these into the equation. Because these are $12. This is in the same price range as everything else. These are the KSC 75s, and I'll talk about them last. So next up is the H180. Now this is much closer to Monk. This is like if you took Monk, slightly narrowed the soundstage, and gave them a bit more low end. The highs aren't quite as brilliant as Monk, but they're more laid back. I have very little issues with these, and some things I did prefer on them. If you ever listen to beats that DJ Shadow does, like some of his old stuff, or In Tune and On Time, where it's just, you know, acoustic drums over a record or something like that, that really shined on these a little bit more than it did on Monk because they have a slightly more laid-back sound. And in some cases with Monk, the soundstage was a little bit too much for that, and in some cases, the highs were a little bit too much. So having something a little bit more laid-back, especially if you were using something, I know this sounds like overkill, but something like the iFi IDSD Black Label, where you can actually boost the lows a hair more, or use the, I can't think of quite what they called this feature. It's basically like almost like a soundstage tweak that you could flip on and off. It made the soundstage a little bit closer to Monk without bringing up the highs too much, and you could make them into a warm earbud without distorting too much, and they did extend farther than Monk in the lows, which is a nice thing to have. So these two could trade blows back and forth depending on what you like to listen to, and I would say they're pretty much equal on how you power them. By the way, these other ones, the Hi-Zs, this was the Hi-Z 32s, the HP 32 2.0. So in case you were wondering specifically. After this is over with, I am going to go and make sure I have all this stuff put in the description when I upload this, because I will upload this. And lastly was these. These are, I want to say the P190. Yeah, the P190, these are 19 bucks. So these are the most expensive earbuds sitting on the table. And they're the worst. While I did like these, and these are by the same maker, I'm probably going to pronounce this wrong, Edifier, somebody... You know, somebody's going to tell me I said it wrong. That's okay. These are one of their more expensive options, compared to those at least. They're 20 bucks. This is what they call the step up. They say it's their premium earbuds headset, hi-fi classic earbud style headphones. And they are none of that. This is like Grado earbuds, kind of. They're extraordinarily shouty, have not so good in the highs, not so good in the soundstage, not so good in the lows, just really, really, really shouty. And that's pretty much all I can say about them. Nothing really improved them. Comfort was okay, just like every other earbud, let's be honest. Comfort doesn't seem to vary too much across them, except for the fact that these do have a hard edge right here, instead of something rounded. Having a rounded edge right there is a lot nicer. But having that hard edge... I don't know what they were thinking with these specifically. There was a little bit of mid-bass, but there was zero extension compared to these two, and these already don't extend super far. So let's just say this is also going to be a no in my book. But the Monk, or the Espresso, if you really want to spend the extra 15 bucks to add the espresso, which, I mean, that said, they're still only 20 bucks. Or the H180s. These are both super awesome budget options. So, with those two right there, we're going to pull these in because I just saw them again a second ago. This is the Koss KSC 75s, and I absolutely love these. These are 12 bucks on Amazon. You know what? Here, let's look them up real quick. KSC 75. Boom, right there. $11.70. These things literally are super monks. It's if you took Monk and just take everything good about them and boosted it like 50 times. I mean, here, I'm gonna turn around. Comfort's a little bit different because these have to hook on the back of your ears. There is a headband you can get for these, and I mean, having a headband is kind of interesting. I haven't had a chance to really try it hands-on too much yet because I haven't got one yet, but I do have a buddy who has one. Comfort's not too big of an issue. It does bother me after a while, in the same way that the iSign did, or the same way the M300 did, just having something sitting on the back of my ear, so it's not too big of a deal. And for the price, it's kind of hard to complain about comfort. These are 11 bucks and some change. So, setting these back on the table here. When paired with either an EQ or a warmer amp, I was able to get very significantly pleasing lows out of these. And extension, I wouldn't say as good as mini headphones, but close to, I would say, HD 600 levels of extension, which, of course, HD 600 is not known for insanely good extension, but this is an $11, I suppose I want to call it a headphone on your headphone. Also, yes, I am going to review the Magni 3. I'm planning on, if no one sends me a Magni 3, I'm going to buy one right after I get back from RMAF and try and overnight it and have a review out that week. So if I don't get one to borrow, there will be a review of Magni 3 out within the next 3 weeks, guaranteed. And I will be using either the NFB11 or the R2R-11, probably the NFB11 as a DAC for it, since I'm already really used to how that sounds. So that will be super cool. I'm actually really excited about that thing. And I have some headphones over there I can't quite point to yet, but they are there, believe me, that are exceptionally hard to power. Actually, where are those right now? Oh, they're somewhere in here. I don't want to turn my camera and accidentally get something that I'm not supposed to show on YouTube yet. I do have a set of 600 ohm headphones, and I've been having trouble driving them with pretty much anything. Even like NFB11 on like really high gain, I can listen to them like this, and it still feels like they could go a little bit farther before they're uncomfortable. So we will test the Magni 3 on some headphones that I've only been able to power on the iFi IDSD Black Label on turbo mode, which is a pretty hefty amount of juice. Those would be the 600 ohm version of the old school K240s, which I'm also going to put out a video on at some point. I've heard really good things about Magni 3, honestly. Like, I'm really excited to see how it turns out. There is a Magni 1 in the house here, though I know that doesn't quite compare to Magni 2. And Magni 2 supposedly is on a completely different level from Magni 3. Magni 3 is going to be a power player. But we'll see how it turns out. We'll see. I'm really excited about the fact that they're integrating a functionality of a preamp into it. If I was to spend $250, $300 on some closed-back cans, what would I buy? If they were available everywhere, Modhouse Argon, because I absolutely love them. Does it sound any different from the other Magnis? Ooh, I'm actually curious about that. If you've heard the Magni 1 or 2, I'm kind of curious what your opinion is on them. So yeah, you can ask a question not related to, I messed up my words. You can ask a question not related to these earphones. That's fine. I'll keep talking about these until I see your question pop up though. But yeah, KSC 75's absolutely insane for the money. Like, this is like my go-to top of the value now alongside the Monk. If you're not an earbud person, this. If you are an earbud person, probably still try these anyway, because they're really kind of like little HD 600s. I mean, they're not, I'm not going to say they're as good as HD 600, because obviously they're not. HD600 is going to go way ahead in detail and is going to extend farther in both directions, is going to have better soundstage, better comfort, all of that. But like, you're getting a similar sound signature, a similar frequency response, and not the same level of detail, but a very impressive level of detail for a stupid good price. Yeah, I would totally use these for running. I actually use these for longboarding because it's nice to be able to still hear my surroundings. I mean, you know, if there's traffic, things like that, it's, I'd say, a lot more safe that way, because then I don't have to worry about that total isolation. I tried taking these out one time, the customs, when I was skating, and I almost got hit by a car like 4 times. So anytime I'm out on my feet, I'm going to be using something like this. Or, well, I use these a lot now, if I'm going to be honest. You know, it's kind of funny. I think of the, I think of headphones of this style, and I think of things like this, and I almost feel like, even though this is somewhat in-ear, I kind of feel like they're related in a weird way. I guess just because they're both really big. I kind of think of these and the eye signs and everything as all being in a weird same category, even though this is, you know, a cheap dynamic, and this is a semi-in-ear planar. They seem kind of related to me. I guess because they're portable open backs. We will get to R2R-11 in just a bit. Oh, let's see what you said about... Okay, you haven't heard Magni 1 or 2. Oh, you say it's very similar to the Oat. That is impressive. So if Magni 3 is close to that level, I will be very impressed. I've got pretty high hopes for Magni 3, honestly, after seeing what everyone said about it. But I'm going to try and reserve that. I don't want to overhype myself and get disappointed if there is something weird going on about it. So, Mr. Speaker's Open Aeons. The closed Aeon, I heard that when I was in New York, and it was good, but it kind of sounded somewhat... Here, let's flip around and we'll just talk for a minute like this. Aeon was good. It sounded like it was artificially limited in some way. It sounded like they were holding it back somehow on purpose, which was kind of interesting. But that also makes me think that it has modding capabilities. It just depends on if you want to try and mod something that is in that price range. Ooh, you got some M300s. That's pretty nice. Magni 3 is bright? No? I don't know. Well, the... Magni 1 was a little bit bright, but if you were getting the original stack, it was kind of the combo. What did you think about M1060 versus LCD2? So the LCD 2.2 pre-phaser I had, the modded M1060s with the vegan pads and the fuzzer, it did come extraordinarily close in terms of sound signature. But of course the LCD 2.2 was a little bit tighter, and of course still a little bit better. But I mean, for the price, the modded M1060 came pretty dang close, and someone could live with it very happily if they couldn't afford the LCD 2.2. Oh, let's see what else we got in here. I still enjoy the ZS5s also. You heard Magni 3 was warm. Ooh. Magni 3 is warm. Okay. That will be interesting. Is it as warm as Asgard 2? I don't know. Asgard 2 is pretty warm. We'll see about that. If it is as warm as Asgard 2, that will be useful, because the thing about having a colored amp like that is you can use it to fix headphones that need it. So if something's warm, you could use it on, you know, HD600, something like that, to kind of warm them up a little bit, but you don't lose the highs. Is there an Asgard 3 coming? Probably. Let's be honest. If there's a Magni 3 coming out, they released a second version of pretty much everything. That means there's probably a second version of Asgard and Valley and all those, and Modi and all that on the way. So, what's the main differences between M565 and 400i? 400i has a more neutral frequency response. 400i is a little bit bigger. Pads are a little bit easier to swap, but I couldn't find as many pads that sounded good on it. And 400i is a little bit more expensive with detachable cables I'm not as fond of. I think that M565 is slightly better built, but you're also dealing with a smaller driver, and it does sound like a smaller driver in comparison, but the soundstage is a little bit wider, and I think that with the right pads, M565 could be more detailed. What monitors do I use? If you're talking about these right here, these are the Event PS6. These are the monitors I used to use in my studio. They are powered, which is why I got XLRs running up into them. And I'm using the NFB11, well, the R2R-11 right here as a preamp for them. I absolutely love them. They push out a ton of juice, to the point where there have been plenty of times where I've used these without a sub, which I am using them with a sub right now, but honestly, they kind of don't need it. They go down to, I want to say, like 30-something hertz on their own. What else we got here? Did I try the LCD2 with the NFB11? Yes. LCD2 is an incredibly tight headphone and benefits from having a fast amp, and current conveyor sounds very good with most planars as it is, and with something as tight as LCD2, it was great having something that fast. What kind of music did I produce? So I used to have a recording studio in Nashville, Brentwood area. A lot of things that came through were like punk bands, hip-hop, stuff like that. Sure, you can do that. That's fine. You can open my door. Have I heard about it? Oh. With HE500, Mojo or iFi. I prefer the HE500 with the iFi because I feel like with the Mojo it might be too warm in some cases, and with the iFi IDSD Black Label, you did have the choice of it being more or less bassy. I think that... Metal, are you in there? I don't know. I thought I heard him for a second. But the Mojo, of course, is going to be warm all the time. Let's see. Oh, dude. I used to work on some lo-fi stuff sometimes. I still produce from time to time. It was super fun. Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of the HE500. I could see why people liked it. But at the same time, I feel like a lot of people overhyped it for me. And I was trying to compare it to things that it didn't quite compare to. And while it was more detailed than 400i, I kind of liked 400i more than HE500 simply because of 400i's more neutral mid-range. HE500's upper mid-range felt a little bit shouty in some spots to me. What amp DAC setup would I recommend for the TX0 and HD600 around $500? If you're spending less than $700, you should get the R2R-11 or the NFB11. It's an incredible DAC amp combo. I still daily drive it. I'm gonna move these because there's a store that sells metal fidget spinners in my town, okay? And I can't help it. They're just, listen to that. It's so cool. I can just be editing video here and listen to that. The NFB11 is still my daily driver, even though I've had plenty of better amps come through. Those amps are usually really high dollar and don't have DACs included. So, as it is, the NFB11 is still my go-to in the probably under $700-ish range. And with that said, I'm going to talk really quick in just a second about the differences between the NFB11 and the R2R-11, and why you might like one or why you might like the other. They are both insanely excellent. You can see I've got the R2R-11 as the one turned on and hooked up to everything right now. So, if that could say anything, this is the one I've been using every day for the past week, nonstop. So, what was that comment right there? Any plans to make a tier list of each category of audio equipments? Yes. I actually do plan on going through and making a list. We might do that. I really want to get back into doing either some kind of podcast or maybe doing a regular live stream every week, so I might set up something for that. And I think it'd be fun to make a list live on there one time. You know what? Let's go on and talk about the NFB11 and the R2R-11. So the NFB11, if you guys remember... Oh, here. I gotta see what this. What headphones or amps do you want to try the most right now? That's really tough. I've got Vibro Mark IIs here, and I really want to try Blackwood, because Vibro has got a really interesting frequency response. So we'll see about that. And there was another one, but I can't think of it off the top of my head. 82,000X would be interesting. And I really want to see if the HD820 really is a thing. I feel like that's going to happen, because there was the HD820 amp, and there was that leaked picture from Sennheiser of the HD820s. I want it. Yeah, Vibro is interesting. I haven't put out a review on that. I didn't quite like Vibro as much, but I've heard good things about Blackwood. IEM around 500. It's hard to say on that. because most of the IEMs I've tried have either been really low budget or really high budget. I haven't tried like a few things in the sub $1,000 or over $200 range. So I kind of need to work my way into there. I mean, I get along with cost, we're fine. I do want to get the V30. The V30 is coming out October 5th, and I am going to get a V30 through my carrier, so there will be a review on that probably in 4 weeks. Anyway, okay, so NFB11. Insanely good amp DAC combo, very fast, relatively neutral. I made a full video on it. You can check that out if you want. R2R-11, basically the same amp, but the knob is just slightly newer. The switches don't have these same faces on them. And it has an R2R DAC instead of the regular DAC that was in the NFB11. What does this do to the sound? If you can imagine, and I'm going to put this real simple and then I'll go into detail. Imagine NFB11 if it sounded tubey. That sounds really strange. NFB11, but not quite as fast, and I don't want to say warmer, but it doesn't have the same kind of glare that this DAC has. This DAC does have a hair of glare, and the R2R version does not. So I would say it's more resolving and a little bit more laid back. I know, tubey without warmth, but the thing is like, tubes aren't always warm. There are tubes that are bright, there are tubes that are dark, there are tubes that are warm. There's all kinds of tubes, but a universal characteristic of tubes is that they are normally a little bit more laid back, slightly slower. And that's not always the case, but that's a general characteristic. So this sounds more tubey to me than normal NFB11, and because of that, it sounds, like I said, more resolving. And it's pleasing to the point where, I mean, it's not like slow as in like slower than normal amps and this and that and that. The NFB11, the regular one, is an exceptionally fast amplifier, especially for the price. This is, like I said, it sounds slightly slower, but on planars and everything, it still is right up there with the big guys. It's just significantly more resolving. Yeah, I think that HT600 on R2R-11 would be excellent. So the thing is there's about a $50 price difference between these two. And if you don't, I'll try to put it this way. If you use dark headphones, you'll probably like the regular NFB11 a little bit more because the regular NFB11 has a slight amount of glare but is faster. So if you're using a dark planar, you'll probably like the regular NFB11 more. But if you're using anything that isn't a dark planar, like any other kind of planar or any other frequency response that isn't just strictly dark, R2R-11. For sure. Definitely worth the extra bit. Let me go back. I just saw something about $1,000 IEM versus HT600. That's insanely tough because these A6s are some of the best things that I've ever heard. Ever. Like, there's very few things that can compete with this. But they're also $1,200 in-ear customs, and you don't want to wear those in every situation. I can't game with these on for, hours and hours and hours. Well, I guess I don't game anymore, but it's a little bit easier to wear a 600 during an insanely long listening session. I saw something in here. How do I pay my bills? I edit video. I edit video for record labels. Don't know if I have anything on my computer at the moment that I can actually pull up, but we'll see. We'll see what loads up. Yeah, I edit video for like Sony and stuff like that. Music videos and anthologies and things like that. It's super fun. So I want to do a review on the Dragonfly Black. Yes, I've got it right here. It is super, super, super cool. Obviously, there are some purposes that it does not fill because it's not a full desktop amplifier. But I've been using it primarily with the M300s, and it does a great job of that. I've used it with the M1060. It can power M1060, which is like pretty nuts. Pretty much anything semi-portable, it can power just fine. It couldn't power HE500 or anything like that. I have not heard the COS ESP950, but I did hear the COS ESP9, which is the super old-school closed-back electrostat, and it was absolutely sick, but I had a problem with the Energizer and blew it up, and I'm trying to get it fixed. But that's difficult because parts are hard to find now. The R2R has no upgrade options. The NFB11 has like $60 worth. That is true. I have not heard the upgrade for the NFB11, so I can't touch on that too much. And yes, the R2R-11 doesn't have much of an upgrade option, but I think that still, with that in mind, you would be very hard-pressed to find something that's a better value than these two in the sub-$600 range, just because they are just... China, you're doing something great here. Yeah, I sort through tons and tons of footage, and I make music videos. So, what equipment am I bringing to RMAF for listening reference? For RMAF, I'm going to be bringing my 64 A6s, and this is what I'm going to be testing everything on. This is the OWN M1S, which I'll boot this up real quick. And I'm going to be using it on the iFi IDSD Black label on its most neutral settings, because this thing has an absolute ton of power and an absolute ton of battery life. This has a line out function, which is currently turned on. I'm running 3.5 out of the line out on that to the line in on the amp, which, by the way, the amp can also power my phone and charge my phone and also charge the DAP. So I have the DAP loaded up with tons and tons and tons of my reference lossless music library, and if there's something that I'm not going to listen to on that, I will also have this with me, the Dragonfly Black on the OTG cable, which I'm also extraordinarily familiar with. So anything IEM related, I'm probably going to try on this, unless they need more power, or if they're multi-driver. If it's like multi-driver, like 6 or more drivers, I will try it on this, but I'm also going to try it on this, because the A6s, while the Dragonfly Black does get plenty loud on them, they do sound slightly better on the Black label, because I'm assuming because they have so many drivers. What filter do I use on the Black label? I just use the standard filter on here. Honestly, I tried to measure the differences, and I really could only tell a difference when I was using the OTG cable in Tidal. In several other cases, it was really hard to actually tell a difference or even measure a difference. So, that's going to be hard to plug back in. Why did I just unplug that? Well, bear with me, boys. I'm a disgrace to my people. I can't even plug this in. Oh, that's probably because I'm plugging it in backwards. You know how USBs operate in the 4th dimension? You have to like flip them over like 3 times in a row to get them to work. That's my life. Regardless of what you think about Audio Quest, the Dragonfly Black is pretty kick-ass. So, I just gotta say this. $10,000 HDMI cables, never. What's a good phone-driven IEM? KZ, pretty much anything. The ZS5, the ATE, the ZST, it just depends on the kind of sound signature you're looking for. Dragonfly versus Shitstack. The Shitstack is better than the Dragonfly for sure, but I can't plug the Shitstack into my phone and carry it around just like this. This is the ultimate portable option that I've found so far if you just need something really small and light. ZS6, that is going to happen, but it's going to be after RMAF. I am taking Grill to RMAF. She's going to be operating my camera, my little 4K 6300, but we're going to be using it with this lens instead, and this adapter, and a speed booster, with a monopod. Hey Mason, how's it going? That's my buddy. I used to work with him in an office in Nashville. You can strap the Shitstack to your chest. Of course I can, and I can carry a car battery in my backpack. It'd be absolutely amazing. I thought about doing that with the NFB11 and bringing that with me to RMAF, but then I'd look like a complete crazy person. And last time, I brought so much gear to RMAF. It was ridiculous. I brought a 70D, I brought a microphone that said DMS on it, I brought a big audio recording rig, tons of cables, a tripod, all this stuff is just way too much. So this time I'm traveling light. This camera alone, like 5 batteries, 20 SD cards. I might use the built-in mic on this or a shotgun mic and a couple reference amps, and that's about it. Good amp for the THX-00. I wasn't a big fan of the THX-00 personally, but and that was just because the highs on it didn't quite settle too well with me. I think you could power that just fine off of a Shitstack, like a Magni Modi. And honestly, if Magni 3 is a little bit warmer, that might do things to the highs that would fix it. But we'll see. I'll see once I get one of those in. But you could power that just fine off of a Shitstack. The Dragonfly Red is a higher end DAC and is a bit more powerful. Yes, I have heard that. I wonder how much power you can really get out of something running off USB, just based off of amperage and voltage. I feel like there are some headphones this just can't drive, no matter how much better they can make the circuitry in it, just because it's being powered by USB, but I could be wrong. So if I ever get my hands on a Dragonfly Red, I will test that. I'd really like to do a side-by-side with them. Ooh, you had a Dragonfly Red stop working. That's not ideal. I don't technically live in Nashville. I live very close to Nashville, though. I live just south of it, in what is kind of like a sub-city of Nashville. Oh, it does have a low-gain mode, also. I didn't know that. So Magni 3 does have a low-gain mode. That is extraordinarily useful. Huh. So, oh, where was I? I got lost for a second. Where should I go DAC amp-wise? We're in 600s now. Honestly, with the 600s, it really depends on what you want them to sound like. Because you can... Oh yeah, here, I'll touch up on R2R-11 again real quick if you missed it. It's like a 2B and FB11. They're great. I think it's worth the extra bit of money unless you're using something dark. If you're using a dark headphone, I'd stick to the NFB11. Anything else, you're gonna get a more resolving, more laid-back sound out of this, but it's still exceptionally fast compared to most amps. Where was I? 600s, depends on how you want them to sound. If you want them to have a little bit more low-end, something like Asgard actually paired pretty well with HT600, but it was too much for HT650. Or something like the iFi DSD Black Label, or the NF11, or the R2R-11. R2R-11 with HT600 is just... You want to talk about something fantastic. If I tried the AudioQuest Jitterbug, I have not, but I also have not actually personally ever experienced issues with jitter. Now, part of that is due to the fact that in most cases I use optical. I run optical through these, because I've been using optical cables since my studio days. Back then I used to run ADAT machines into an optical interface, and the optical interface would then take those in 8 channels each and put them all in my DAW. So I've been using optical ever since then. Check out the FIO K1. $40 for DAC amp combo, same size as the Dragonfly. Let's look that up real quick. Let's see what the internet has to say. See if they're on Amazon. Because if they are, then I might check that out. Also, with the red Dragonfly, disconnect issues on and off. Oh wow, that is very small. I wonder if this works OTG. It probably does. People say in the questions right here, will this work with the S7, blah, 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 blah. It looks like it does work OTG. Interesting. Will this power FOSS 6T40s? Yes, but not very loud. That's kind of like the same thing I had with the Dragonfly Black. It would power some things, but if you wanted to put like some T50s or something like that on there, it just did not do it. How does the R2R-11 compare to the OWN S6? The R2R-11 I would take with most headphones. It's definitely more powerful. It's definitely faster. The OWN S6 was good for a balanced amp, though, and had a pretty ding-dang decent DAC in it. If I was using HT600, I would go with the R2R-11. If I was using HT650 balanced, I would go with the OWN S6, but I would never use the OWN S6 for planars or with anything single-ended. Oh, man. If you're listening to him off the Dragonfly, I know that Dragonfly is good, but you're not going to hear the full potentials of the T20s until you put them on something more powerful, trust me. That driver really, really likes power. It's just crazy. Like the... Oh, let's see if I can... Well, here. Let's grab these off my piano. Do I have an adapter over here to plug these into the Dragonfly? I don't think I do. Unless I unplug something. Let's unplug something. Let's flip off power for the speakers. And grab this adapter. That's the cable that runs to my sub. Okay, so. Also, I am going to get some... I have heard a little bit about the new T60, but I have not seen many details on it quite yet. So let's plug this up. So I can one-hand this because I'm using my phone. Ugh. There we go. Okay, and Dragonfly Black. Yeah, I'm getting some argons again soon. I'm really excited about that. Oh, NFB11 for sure out of those two options. So now let's get this cable. All right, I'm gonna hold this with my knee. This is how we do it when we're trying to hold the camera with one hand. And okay, so we got the Dragonfly Black on. I gotta press Alt on my keyboard real quick and select a new audio device. All right, Dragonfly Black. Well, to be fair, I still don't like Beats. Pull a Zeos and mount my camera to my head. Well, my camera's my phone right now, so that'd be a little bit difficult, but I mean, I guess we could make it happen. Let's listen to, I'm gonna be a little bit basic today, and we're gonna listen to Logic just because it's just, if there's something going on and this isn't getting enough power, I'll hear it in the lows. So let me just gonna set this right here and put this on my head. Yeah, no, it's just, there's nothing. They're not getting powered right. But if I plug anything else up to it, they're gonna just be, you know what, here, that's not what I meant. Let's put some blue tack right here, and then stick the phone in the blue tack. Oh, we're trying. We're trying, boys, we're trying. We're gonna make it work. We're gonna turn off my monitor in the process. Alright. Oh, he's trying! Alright. We're good. Yeah, so anything that's related to T50 drivers, don't run it off the Dragonfly Black. It doesn't have the juice. It needs some milk. Alright, let's switch back to my digital out. Good. Good, good, good. Gotta have my speakers going. Modi 2 Uber, my dude. Check out the 30 Feather Deck on Amazon. I will check that out. Have I heard of the Dark Voice, or have I reviewed the Dark Voice? I have not reviewed the Dark Voice yet. Thank you. I also love this t-shirt. I got this back on my birthday because I love colors. Ooh, he's trying. Yeah, Dark Voice could burn your house down. So, Bottlehead Crack. Alpha Primes are LCD2. I'm an LCD2 fanboy, I'm not going to lie. LCD2 is just, if you're looking for something neutral, LCD2 is not it, but in any other case, LCD2 is just very good for personal listening pleasure. It's honestly, a lot of my goal has been trying to find something. Oh, I'm just going to straight up upload this like this. I'm not actually going to edit this at all. LCD2 is like, I've been wanting to find something like LCD2 that's more comfortable. And that's really hard to do. And the modded NFB11 came really, really close. But just a little bit off. Just barely off. Something's missing. It's hard to do. What else we got? You got LCD-XC. See, I liked LCD-X. LCD-XC was a little bit claustrophobic for my taste. Did I say modded NFB11? Am I insane? I modded M1060. What am I talking about? It's been a long day, guys. I got up at like 6 this morning. I've been getting up at 6 at like every morning. Desktop tube amps really bring the 600 and 650 to life. They absolutely do. If you haven't heard HD 600 and 650 on a Bottlehead Crack, you're doing yourself a disservice. Yeah, I know, and that's the thing. I don't even have to get up for work that early. I just... Can I just block that out? I turned that on because I thought it was too dark in here. I don't even have to get up for work that early because I work from home on my computer right here. But I just... This is where I work. Right here, all day, every day. Unless I'm at a video shoot. Have I heard any of the Woo Tube amps? I have, and they are very, very, very tubey. They're also very expensive. Some of them are... I feel like when it comes to tubes, you're paying kind of like a tube tax. I feel like there's just an extra little bit Can I mount this on here? If I could mount my phone on here, it'd be pretty awesome. As an audiophile, what are my preferred sound signatures? See, that's another thing, is it's kind of hard for me to prefer a specific sound signature. I do occasionally like dark headphones, but not all the time. I occasionally like something bright, but not all the time. I like variety and diversity. It makes the hobby fun to be able to switch around between different things pretty often. Let's lower this a little bit. In case you didn't know, I just took my phone and used blue tack. Blue tack's a wondrous little creation. Use blue tack to stick it onto a tripod. And now we're just gonna tilt that up. Perfect. So, yeah, I feel like I'm gonna be doing live videos for the next this week and next week because, like I said, RMAF is coming up and I have to edit videos like crazy for work. I might actually be going on tour with my work soon, so that's going to be consuming a lot of my free time. But for this week and while I'm at RMAF, I'm going to be live streaming my Saturdays instead of posting videos. If I heard the FIO X7 Mark II, I have not yet. I've actually neglected hearing a lot of FIO gear. But we'll see. I do have some stuff coming probably in the future with them. They want to send me something, but I haven't had a moment to check and see what it is yet. HE560 or LCD2. I would say LCD2, just because HE560 is more comfortable, but LCD2 is just good. Opinion on balanced cables. When you say my opinion on balanced cables, like, do I think that it's worth going balanced, or you mean just like, is there like better or worse cables, things like that? If you're asking my opinion on whether or not it's worth to go balanced, it depends on if you have a headphone that is hard to power. So something that needs a little bit more juice, like say some kind of a T50 mod, could potentially benefit if you had a balanced version of that T50. Like say, for example, you know, these, or Argon or something like that. HD 600 and 650 I think sound a little bit better balanced if you have an amp that can support it. Actually, yeah, Testo, I think that my next pair of Argons I'm going to get balanced. It'll just be awesome. DT990 600 ohm, how much power needed? Ooh, a pretty hefty bit. 600 ohm headphones are not easy to drive. What happened to my M1060? My M1060, I was working on the mod with them, and long story short, was trying to make a waveguide, and I knocked one of the magnets loose. The magnet went to the magnet on the back, straight through the mylar on the driver, and when I was able to peel it off, it just destroyed the membrane. I have it actually sitting around here somewhere. You know what? If you hold on for 1 second, I will grab it. What is the diameter of my forearm? I have no idea. That's an interesting question. Is that driver in here somewhere? There it is. So, this is an M1060 driver. Well, this is the M1060 actual planar film. This is a good one. This one's not broken. This is what I did. So, yeah. A little bit completely obliterated. So, I tried doing it with just one, but the problem is that if I'm just modding one side, I'm not going to be getting consistent results every time, because I don't know if the slight variances that I'm doing are going to be as replicable. So it's, if you can do it to one side, you try and do it to the other side, then see if they measure the same. That's kind of a way that I was testing. Yeah, no, I couldn't imagine trying to fix this driver, because it's not just about taping something back together. Like, you're seeing there's actual circuitry at work here that has been damaged, because that magnet just went straight through. Like, this is dead. This is completely dead. We did get some good videos out of it, and I would like to revisit it at some point in the future, but honestly, I'm also curious to see if they release something that's going to replace it at some point. Hard to say. Have I heard the HE400S? No, I've only heard the HE400i, so I have not heard the S version, but I do know that a lot of people seem to prefer the I over the S. I think the S is supposed to be warmer, but it's hard to say 100% for sure. Oh, where was I? Saw another comment up here. Plug it in anyway and see if it catches on fire. I like my amp. Sorry if someone may have already asked this. What is your opinion on the R2R-11 with M1060? Good, because, yeah, HE400i had no sub bass. M1060, not dark. R2R-11 works well with pretty much all headphones that aren't dark, and it's a little bit more relaxed. Let's see, 400S is less warm than 400. Interesting. Yeah, the 400i is not warm at all. The 400i is kind of like a planar HT600 with really unlevel highs, if you could picture that. HT600 is definitely better than 400i by a long shot, but if you just need planar sound and want something relatively neutral, 400i is not a bad option. It's just, where are the lows at? Why are the highs so like this? It's a roller coaster. It gives me a headache. ZS6 review after RMAF. A lot of things are coming after RMAF. Do I prefer 600 or 650? That's the thing. I've gone back and forth between HT600 and HT650 a lot. And a thing about that is HT600 and 650 are extraordinarily similar, but 600 has slightly better upper mids. The 600 feels slightly more detailed, or sorry, the 650 feels slightly more detailed, but it could also just be because the highs are a little bit sweeter. And in reference to that, 650 is also slightly warmer and has slightly better soundstage because the highs are slightly more recessed as well as the upper mids. So if I'm using a completely neutral amp, I probably prefer 650 more. If I'm using a tube amp or a warm amp, I'm going to prefer 600 more. HT800 worth the upgrade over 650. If you like the sound signature of the 650, you probably won't like the sound signature of the 800. I'm going to be completely honest, because the 800 is significantly brighter. While the 800 does excel at detail and does excel at soundstage and at comfort and pretty much everything, the 800 is a great headphone. It's hard to compare it to the 650 because the 650 is so much more laid back. And I feel like to a lot of people, if you love the 650, the next logical upgrade as far as sound signature is concerned is the LCD2. So if you like HT650 sound, LCD2 would be your next option. If you like HD600 sound, however, then I would say the HD800. What else do we have in here? Have I ever heard Stax? Yes, I listened to Stax at RMAF in New York. I didn't have enough time to really try them a whole lot. Exceptionally clinical is what I will say. Whew. I have not heard the 8323 yet. Fun fact. Let's go back down. Do you know if Atticus is even better upgrade? Really? See, I did hear the Atticus. It isn't without its flaws, but oh, it's hard to say. I've been on the review list for Atticus for quite some time, and I'm still... Let's get this over here so the lighting is a little more even. I've been on the review list for Atticus for quite some time, and I'm really hoping that that does come this way sometime soon, but I don't know when they're going to send it to me. Icon is a work of art. That's absolutely for sure. It still does have some flaws, but I have not heard the LCD i4, but iSign did not do it for me. It just didn't. I can see how some people would like it, but what they did to the mid-range and the highs, and by that I mean the lack of highs, because you literally start rolling off at 10K and it just disappears into oblivion, I couldn't do it. And I care too much about the mid-range to enjoy them. Because the thing about planars, one of the greatest things about planars is the fast mids. I love mids, and you can't get those as much with iSign. I actually let my dad listen to them, because my dad is, you know, he's been in the music industry for forever also. And I had already formed my opinion on the iSign. And I let him listen to them. And he took them off almost immediately, and he said that it sounded adulterous to the music. He didn't want to listen to them anymore. And I'm like, yeah, I hear you. I haven't heard any Campfire stuff yet. I am on the Campfire audio review list for several of their IEMs, though, now, as of yesterday's, when they put me on the review list. So I would be checking it out soon. What do I recommend for IEMs? Depends on the budget. If you are in the, like, really, really cheap range, those ZS5s are pretty ballin'. I haven't heard the ZS6 yet, but I'm going to try to in the near future. The Simgo EN700 is a great headphone, and they're going to send me the EN700 Pro soon, which is a little bit more expensive and has a detachable cable. I will be able to compare those side by side, let you guys know if it is actually a $100 difference in value. Yes, I am still planning on going to RMAF. Above that, it's hard to say because there's a lot of IEMs in the mid-range that I haven't completely tried yet. I've heard good things about Campfire, but haven't had a chance to evaluate too many myself, and I love my customs, and I also love the M300. iSign 20 or M300. I prefer the M300, honestly, over both of the Odyssey options. Now, the Odysseys are built a little bit better, but here's some of the differences you're getting. These have MMCX, way stronger magnet. These pieces, if you're going to use this instead of the ones that wrap around the back of your ear, this is a little bit more comfortable, slightly better tips in my opinion. And downsides are that these don't feel like they're quite as well built, but the clips that go over the back that wrap around, those broke on me. So iSign, you're probably going to get slightly better build. The M300s, I would definitely prefer as far as sound is concerned, though, and they are significantly cheaper. I don't think I will ever be selling the M300s because I use them so much. It's just how it is. I don't think I'll ever sell these. The iSigns, I sold the iSigns the day that I put the review out. Actually, no, it might have been before that. One more IEMs. They sound okay. I don't like the fact that they don't wrap around because IEMs that don't wrap around don't stay in my ears. So one more just kind of lost me there. And the one mores are not built as well as I thought they were. I've had several people who have had them and they've frayed out and broken. Most neutral studio monitor IEM for under $200. Probably going to be the Simgo EN700 Pro, but we will see. It's hard to say. Tried AudioFly. No, I have not yet. There's a lot of interesting brands that I haven't got a chance to try out. One of which that's been driving me mad is I really want to try the Shozy BKs, which are some earbuds. I've heard some people talking about them. Actually, Testo, as a moderator on my Discord, brought them up first, which I've seen him lurking in this chat a few times. Those look super interesting, but they're the same price as Zen. So if you have to spend $150 on earbuds, I mean, could be a good competitor, but here's the thing. Can they beat these? I don't know. I saw something up there about Focal a second ago. Ooh, Mr. Speaker's Ether or Focal earlier. I'm going to wait until I get a Focal earlier video out on that. Focal, I'm going to piss some people off when I say this. Focal, something sounded strange to me. And when I looked up the frequency response pertaining to Utopia and Elir, it made sense. They are ridiculously detailed headphones, but the Focal, Elir, and Utopia have frequency responses that leave much to be desired because of how much you're actually missing in the high frequencies. A lot is missing in your highs. Is Utopia worth all those kidneys? No. Honestly, I wouldn't buy Utopia. If someone tried to sell me Utopia for like $500, I would take it to resell it. I wouldn't actually ever personally own one. I would take LCD2 over Utopia as far as sound is concerned, not as far as comfort is concerned. What did we get there? Oh, lordy. Wait, just LCD MX4? I haven't heard about that. Oh, lordy. Pornhub director of new talent. Hi, DMS3TV. Hi. How's it going? Whew. I'm going to take a screenshot of that. Hold on. That's going to be hilarious. Bear with me, guys. I'm going to take a screenshot of that while we're on stream. Oh, no, don't turn around and shoot my stairs. No, one more time. That didn't quite take. There we go. So we're going to send that screenshot to my girlfriend, and she's going to laugh. I am so real. Good Lord. These people is crazy. This is my life now. It's all right. I'm not going to lie, guys. YouTube has been insanely fun. Like, I have loved doing this so much. I wouldn't have had an excuse to show you guys how passionate I am about audio. Because the thing is like, I've always, before YouTube, I've always been into this. I've always been obsessed with headphones, buying just tons and tons and tons and tons of different ones. Like every week it seems like I'd have a different pair of headphones. Just every paycheck would go into a different piece of audio gear. And that's kind of why I got into the studio stuff, because I was like, I need to have a way to justify getting all this gear. So I started doing studio work and started getting all the headphones and all the different tube amps and stuff like that for producing as kind of an excuse. And it just, I never thought that YouTube would actually happen out of it, and it did. And you know, now I can actually share my thoughts on all of these, because I don't have enough friends in real life that are super interested in audio. So this gives me the chance to do that. I can just like rant and tell people what I think about everything that comes in. That would happen after I got my divorce. Yeah, after I got my divorce, I could no longer do the recording studio. So I started working a desk job and started making YouTube videos. And while I was working that desk job, somebody saw my YouTube videos in Nashville who edits for record labels and shoots for record labels, and invited me to come work for them instead. So, convert people to the Church of Audiophilia. Yep, we all just wear LCD2 and listen to Jeff Buckley's version of Hallelujah. And there's an altar with Orpheus at the head of it. Oh yeah, of course I'm married with music. Music is life. Where the R2R-11 at? I talked about it a little bit earlier, but I will talk about it a little bit more again. I am going to upload this, or this will be uploaded after the video is over with. I hope. I hope that it actually saves this. I'm streaming it off my phone. R2R-11 is like a 2B NFB11. It is slightly more relaxed, though it's still a pretty fast amp. It sounds good on all headphones that aren't dark. If you have something really dark, you want the regular NFB11, because the regular NFB11 has a little bit more glare and kind of balances it out. I can talk. R2R-11 is a more resolving amp, and I think that it is worth the extra little bit of money. So, but if you already have an NFB11, just stick with your NFB11. Did I find a difference after warm-up on the R2R-11? Yes, it does sound a little bit different after you have been listening to it for a while. And yeah, that's true. The NFB11 does change just a little bit based off the gain modes. The R2R-11 doesn't change as much based off gain modes. Low gain is a little bit warmer, and high gain is a little bit more neutral. Let's all agree that Skull Candy is not okay. Let's just pretend we didn't read that, alright? Thanks, guys. We all drank the audiophile Kool-Aid? Yeah, we did. It's been great. It's the most delicious Kool-Aid on the planet. You can't go wrong there. Let's see. So, what do you mean Hallelujah doesn't sound great with LCD2s? That song sounds good on everything. I could listen to... You know, I got some headphones at the dollar store. Where are they at? I saw them just a minute ago. Well... we'll find them at some point. I got some headphones for $1 at Dollar Tree, and Hallelujah sounded good on those. Have I heard about the Focal Clear? Will they be at RMAF? I have not heard about that, but if they are at RMAF, I will find them, and I will listen to them. Staying at the Church of Audiophilia at the end, drinking the Kool-Aid. I feel like I've heard this story before. Have I heard the DT1990? No, I've heard the DT990, though. I would like to hear some of the newer Bears. I heard the T1. It was very interesting. What audio GD amp for the HD650s? NFB11 or... I would say NFB28, but that's just NFB11. NFB11 is an awesome amp for the 650s. And honestly, unless you're going like hyper indie game, I think that spending the same amount on your amp and headphones is a pretty fair thing to do. It's just like getting a nice graphics card to match your CPU, so you don't bottleneck one or the other. And now I do think the HD650 can scale farther past that. I think that the NFB11 definitely does it justice. Do I prefer pre-phaser or current LCD2? For listening pleasure, I prefer the pre-phaser, but if I'm doing something that requires me to have a more accurate sound, I would go with the phaser one. What do I think about Zeos? I think Zeos is a great guy. He helped me out when I was in a tough spot. My dog actually got super sick, and I had to do a GoFundMe campaign to help pay for the medical expenses. He donated to that campaign and also shared it on his community and told people that if they contributed towards the goal and hit it, then he would release a video early. And a lot of people pitched in. But yeah, Zeos has been pretty cool to me. I keep up with him every now and then. So I think he's a decent guy. We do have different opinions on some things, but let's be honest, everyone has different opinions here. How are you? I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking. Simon in real life. Everyone listening to the stream with extreme reverb. Does it have extreme reverb? I've got so much foam in this room. I felt like this was like a decent room. Maybe it's just because of my phone and speakerphone. No? Okay. I could add a lot of reverb to it and then re-upload it if you guys want to just make it sound like my living room. Oh, I'm not going to get into politics. Sorry. What do I think about... I have not heard the DX7, unfortunately. Bring metal on stream. Yeah, sure. Hey, Testo, tell him to come in here. I'll set up a chair and he can sit next to me and we'll talk about random stuff. Looking forward to hearing Aeon's open at RMAF. So those are going to be there. I'm definitely going to listen to them then. I was going to do a video with Mr. Speakers last time when I was at RMAF in... Not RMAF. Last time I was at CanJam in New York, but I ended up getting sick. So I'm going to try and avoid doing that for Denver. And I'm going to have help with me on Denver. So it's going to be good. Not super worried about that. 900X is best. You know, I actually was messing around with turning the 1000Xs into a closed back headphone. That was kind of fun. Ooh, yeah, Mr. Speaker's E-Stats. Everyone knew that was coming after they released those E-Stat pads. So I've actually heard good things about people putting E-Stat pads on the HE500 too. Open icons. Don't say those words around me. I don't think I can handle it too good. Where's Metal? Let's get Metal in here. I'm gonna message him on Discord. Bear with me, gentlemen. Where is he? Beep boop. All right, did I miss any comments? Do you just going to be talking? I don't know. Are you coming? Here, pull up a chair. Do you want to? Oh, there's a ping pong tournament at RMAF. Hey, it's my dog.
Shit, check your dog out.
No. Here, let me just peel my phone off this tripod. This is my dog. Puck, say hi. Hello, baby. All right. So, let's just put this back up here. Do you want to pull up a chair? Oh boy. This is Metal. He edits videos with me and also is on the Discord all the time. Does he know karate?
What?
I don't know. Can I play games? I used to play games quite a bit, but I haven't for quite a while. I think Metal said that he uses a shit stack still. Can you help him? I mean, yeah, he uses a Modi 2 Magni 1, and he loves the NFB11 because it's the NFB11.
Yeah.
Hiding a... You want to come here? Come here, girl. Come on. Come on. Come on! Oh. Okay. Let's fix this again. This is my dog. She's great. Let me just hit my microphone. She's got more sensitive ears than me. So... But, yeah, this is the dog that got sick. She's good now, though, as you can see. She's a good old pupper. She's about 3.5 years old, and she's my baby. She's also sleepy. Same. She's had a long day. Oh, all right. You go do you, pupper. That's fine. VE Monk's still serving me well. Absolutely. Nice beanie, dude.
Thanks.
VE Monks are great, but also, like I said, KFC 75s. If you like monks, you have to. You just have to. If you like monks, you have to listen to these. They're just that good. It's a super monk. That's all it is. It's a giant version of the monk. Nice face hat. Metal shows his head on stream and Testo donates $50.
Testo wasn't going to do it.
No, he's probably not going to, but that's fine. They've seen your face. It's in your picture, isn't it?
It's true.
Sirens. They're coming for you. What did we not cover yet? I'm a little bit lost. I kind of went off on a tangent there. I forgot what we were talking about. We were talking about RMAF? There was something RMAF related up here. Yes, you said there's a ping pong tournament Friday night. I am totally going to be down for that then. I suck at it, but I will be there and I will vlog it and it'll be great. So, Yeah. RMAF is going to be really good. I actually really look forward to seeing everybody there. If you see me there, come up and say hi. I want to meet everyone that I possibly can. At a $2,500 budget, which headphones would you recommend? If you don't care too much about comfort, get some LCD2s and a Dynalo. It'll be awesome. Life will be complete. Yeah, I'm going to hang out with Goffspar and all those guys. Everyone's going to... One day, I'm going to try and round up everyone I can. Like, this is... I don't know what day we're going to do this. Everyone I can find who is familiar with the channel or is part of the community, I want to just round up everyone and we all go get dinner somewhere and some restaurant somewhere just kind of hates us. Because we just take up, like, 6 tables or something.
Better to, like, rent out, like, one of those wedding places.
Yeah.
Like, wedding catering places.
Yeah, I'm just married to Orpheus. That's how it goes.
Yeah.
Orpheus is going to be there again. I'm excited about that. All the cancer on one place. 5,000 people? That would be pretty intense. I can't say how many people are going to actually be there. It seems to be going back and forth. Nashville needs to be a Waffle House. Well, I mean, we're going to be meeting in Denver next week. I was watching the M300 review and got a notification for this. But was it work? Well, I'm glad you stopped by. This is what I'm going to be doing for the next 2 weeks because of RMAF, because I'm going to be so insanely slammed. Orpheus is secretly dual driver SHP 9500. If that was the case, I would be a fool because Orpheus is... I'm not going to lie, when I heard Orpheus, I cried a little bit. It's just how it was. That's why I never released the video on it. It was just too intense. Oh, my phone's about to die.
What happened to your phone just now?
My phone's about to die. Let's, bear with me.
iPhones.
Alright. Here, pick up your chair for a second. Okay, you're good.
Would you save up for the HE1?
Well, I save up for the HE1? I mean, if I make enough money in this industry, editing music videos, then you can best believe that at one point in my life, if I ever actually make that much money, I would totally buy one. But it'll be a long time before I actually get to that point, because that's a lot of money. That's like a house, a cheap house, or a nice car. Alright. I think my phone has power now. I don't actually know.
Heaven's lost property.
Let's see. Okay, yeah, it's charging. Oh god, I can't see now.
Notifications.
Notifications menu popped up. There we go. Okay, now we're good. What did I miss? How does one even purchase the HE1? I'm not sure. Orpheus is like $50,000. It's absolutely insane. Yeah, 55,000. No, they're 50,000. Shangri-La is 55,000. Shangri-La wasn't nearly as good. Fun fact. Hi, Femin, you gotta get it together. My breath stink. Thanks. I'm wondering how you can determine that. Does my breath stink?
Nah, fam.
Someone's gonna screenshot that. What does my life come to? Yeah, I think you have to like email them or talk to a sales representative in some way, shape, or form. Since we're into Apple products, I'm not actually into Apple products. I have an iMac, or not an iMac, I have a Mac Pro desktop that I swapped out the Xeons in. That way I could have a 24-core machine. And I have an iPhone because at the time I wanted to get the V20, but T-Mobile didn't have it. I broke my previous phone and needed something before I went on my trip to New York. So I just got the only phone they had available, which is the iPhone 7 Plus. So I'm actually not a big Apple guy, but it's just how it is. I'm going to be getting the V30 next. So you're going to be sign up for Orpheus at RMAF. I don't know, but I know that there definitely will be an area to listen to it. There pretty much is on all these major events, and since Sennheiser's going to be there, Orpheus is going to be there. I am getting the V30, and I'm going to be doing a video on the LG V30, because it's an audiophile phone, let's be honest, right after RMAF, which is going to be great. I'm really excited about it. It comes out October 5th, which is the day after I leave for RMAF. I'm going to be getting in Denver on the 5th, and I'm going to be leaving Denver on the 8th. Now, one of the days of RMAF, I'm going to be not there. I'm only going to be there for 2 out of the 3 days of RMAF because I want to take one day and actually kind of travel out and see Denver a little bit because it's one of my favorite cities on the planet. If I've been to LA, it's been a very long time. I don't remember much of what it's like. But I absolutely love Denver. I love the mountains, so I'm going to be taking the train pretty much everywhere and just leaving my car at the hotel. So I'll be going down and hanging out at Union Station and going to all the restaurants and things around there a fair bit. Yeah, Denver is absolutely beautiful, and I have to make a point to go up into the mountains sometime while I'm there. And actually, the person who's coming with me, she has never, ever, ever been out there before, never been out west. So we're gonna drive out there, and it's gonna be like, hey, check out these mountains. Also, here's some of the best headphones on the planet. So listen to music and cry with me. Do I still use my VE Zen? I'm not gonna lie, I don't use them very much. I use the M300s almost nonstop since I got a hold of them. Some of that what, Testo? I'm not even gonna read that. How's the weather? It's gonna be nice. It's gonna be very nice in Denver. It's nice right now. What day am I gonna be gone from the show? I don't know what day I'm gonna be gone for the show. I'm just kind of filling out the trip. I'm definitely gonna be there 100% for sure on Friday. I will be there probably for part of the day on Saturday and part of the day on Sunday. We'll see. I will make an appearance every day, but I'm for sure going to be there for pretty much almost the entire thing on Friday. I don't like the SHP 9500 quite as much. It's super grainy. Sorry. I feel like the 558 is a better option used. So, but I also kind of like Sennheisers. Did I break NDA when reviewing the M300? No, I got approval to... They sent me that early. I told them I'd release a non-biased review on it, and I waited to release it until they said that I was clear to release it. They said that they dropped them on the website, and they're like, okay, yeah, you can publish a video now if you want, since we just went on and released it on the website. I said, okay, publish the video on the M300s, and there you go. From what I have heard, though, they emailed me and told me they are fixing the issue with the clips. Yeah, he had a pair also, but I think that he was under the impression that the NDA went on for longer. Metal is slowly fading out of the camera, I know. Do I have a new favorite budget pair of headphones? It depends on the budget. On the low end, KSC 75. If you're at $100, I would get, or if you're in the $100-ish range, 598. If you need a closed back, K553 Pro. It's probably the best closed back that I've heard under $300, or at least close to that. Downside, non-detachable cable, and it's a long cable. You just can't stop laughing. It has a good seal and an excellent extension with a little bit of boosted lows. HD600 and 650 are still great. Am I going to review the ZS6? Yes, I'm going to after RMAF. If I heard the MDR V6, I have not, but Z1R was amazing. Can I talk about the TCXO upgrade on the NFP11? I actually can't because I do not have it on my NFP11. I have the base model of the original NFP11, and from what I've heard from other people, and I don't want to base my opinion strictly off this, but a lot of people say there's not too big of a difference. Metal is this guy. He edits some of my videos with me. Yeah, he's on the Discord. He's that guy. He edits YouTube videos with me sometimes, and I also work with him occasionally on music videos. Best budget earbuds for working out, exercising. The Edifier, or Edifier, however you pronounce it, H180 or the VE Monk. I personally like the Espressos. What? I thought he was a cute anime girl. You thought wrong. He's purchased a pair of COS headphones. They're not that bad. I've been really happy with the... is he the one who posts weird stuff? Probably. Yeah, no, those KSC 75s are insane. He doesn't edit too many of my videos, but he does edit some of them. I still edit most of my stuff. I've actually been passing on some of the projects I do for my work with him. So I do freelance video editing and filming. And, like, for example, I shot a video the other day where someone had them shooting an AK-47 in the video. So I was doing all the splicing and getting all the clips together and a lot of the After Effects, and he did the strictly, like, the actual animations for the gunshots in that video. So that's what he do. Though my intentions are to eventually open up a post house in Nashville and hire a few people on. But who knows? It might be even more crazy because, like I said, I could be going on tour in a few weeks with Sony. So if that happens, it's going to be insane. I'm still going to get videos posted on time. I'm just going to have to be releasing them from my phone and editing them on the road on a laptop. Or having you edit more of them. Are you guys using headphones strictly for editing? No. I use those monitors like nonstop. I absolutely love them. If I'm not wearing headphones, I'm using those. And I pretty much only wear headphones if I have too much noise in my house or if I'm on the go.
I don't even own speakers.
He uses the HD 580, which I'm super jealous of. Is there a second variant of the ZS5 that I don't think there is a second variant of the ZS5. That being said, I'm still not displeased with the original variant of them. Those monitors are the Event PS6. They are powered. They have a 6-inch woofer, and they are absolutely fantastic. I've been using them since I had a recording studio. They get stupidly loud and don't really need a sub, and they're really well balanced in my opinion. If I remember to, I will try and attach the frequency response of this room. I do have a sub with them, but they go down to like 30 hertz anyway, so they don't really need it. KZ has quality control issues. I have not heard too much about that yet, but I did hear some bad things about a couple cables, I think.
True that, Ramone. True that.
Yeah, you know, YouTube doesn't really have that much lag between posting a comment and me seeing it, which is actually really nice, because Twitch always had like a minute delay. Hello!
It's intentional though, right?
I have never gotten ear infections from IEMs. I've never actually gotten an ear infection, period. So, I guess I'm just kind of made for IEMs. Yeah, here, you can... Do you want just a taller chair? Look
It's
behind...
really comfy though.
There's one right behind that, behind the red chair. There's another chair folded up, yeah.
That's nice.
How do companies contact you for product reviews? They contact me with my email address, which is listed on my YouTube channel.
It's a bra too.
I know.
Is that yours?
No, it's not mine.
So that's not yours.
No, it's not
The
mine.
bra's not yours.
It is not mine.
I'll trust you this time.
You know
I can't
whose it
open this
is.
chair.
How do you not know how to open a chair?
Shut your mouth. Goombas don't use chairs.
This is my bedroom.
Excuse me, Puck. I don't
This
use
is my
a chair.
bedroom and I have a girlfriend. Do you expect to never find someone else's clothes in here? Okay.
I don't own clothes. I rent them.
Do I have the Status Audio CB1? I don't yet. I've been wanting to review the CB1 for so long, and I just... Yeah, I'm just using the mic built into my phone. My phone is... I'm literally using, like, blue tack adhesive to hold my phone on... Who's the grill next? That's not grill, that's metal.
Ah.
I've been using my phone. My phone literally just has a charger plugged into it, and it's blue tacked onto a mic stand. Obi-Wan was pretty good. A lot of people said decent things about the Obi-Wan sound-wise, but not build-wise. No, that is Dakota.
George. Stephanopoulos.
This is the bro. He's a Jew. That's what he said.
He's
Says,
right, Sergey.
I'm a Jew.
Sergey's right.
What's Metal's favorite album? Probably Endless River, isn't it? Because you tell me to listen to it all the time.
I mean, it's a good album and all, but nah.
What's your favorite album?
This,
Think about that for a second. At RMAF, would love to hear your impression of Shit's Gadget. Oh, wait, let's go back up and read that. I'm going to be checking out some of the stuff that Shit has at RMAF. Send me a headphone to test blocks. I cannot. I'm sorry. Shipping costs so much money and it kills me every month. I'm not even kidding. I probably spend like $300 a month on shipping. Everything that comes out of YouTube ad revenue or Patreon goes into shipping things. It's absolutely insane. Oh, also, the CS5, you have to put different tips on them. You absolutely have to. It's essential. Metal is unfortunately not joining me for RMAF, but he'll probably be joining me for Can Jam next year in New York. Oh, let's go back. We lost it. I don't know. I thought I saw another RMAF comment, but it disappeared.
Report test out? You gonna report test out?
Yeah, I went to New York last time for Can Jam, and it was awesome. Puck, what are you doing? Stop scratching yourself, baby. It's all right, dog.
Looks all red.
Yeah, no, it's actually like really cool in here though. It's not warm. It's like 60. So.
Okay.
Strap him to the hood of my car. Yeah, I mean it's only what a 20-hour drive. So he'll live. How much money do I make a year? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna answer that question on stream.
It's that one Godspeed album with the hands.
Which one is that one?
You know, the album with the hands.
Off the top of my head, I can't picture
It's
it.
got those weird hands.
You said M300 for Monolith is better than iSign 10 or 20. Yes, I think so. The frequency response is more neutral, but you have to realize that the iSign 10 and 20 have slightly more detail, but just the frequency response on the 10 and 20 is just so bad that I find them unusable. So M300 is definitely better in my opinion. What tips do I recommend? If you're talking about the ZS5, my favorite tips I tried actually were the ones that came with the Simgo EN700 base, but you could get the JVC spiral dots relatively cheap on Amazon. How much is the M300? The M300 is like $149, I want to say, which is an insane deal for what they are, especially if you're comparing them to the only other thing on the market that's you know, a similar product, which is the iSign 10 and 20.
So it's not 300.
No, the M300 is $149.
It's very misleading, you know?
Yeah, there will be a Can Jam at RMAF, but there was also one at New York and several other cities. And the one I went to was New York. Actually, when I went to the one in New York in February, I had less than 1,000 subscribers, and now we're at like 5,200, 5,300, something like that, which is, hey, that's pretty good. Hey! Really, there's an in-ear planar IEM from Unique Melody. I need to look that up. Interesting. Ooh, 990 or M50s, mixing mastering. Yeah, I would take neither and go with HD600 if you can afford that. HD600 is just a better option, or K553 Pro. Honestly, the thing though is you don't want to mix and master on headphones if you can help it. You want to do it on monitors. Tell us about my life, like going to high school. Oh, Lord. Oh. It's been rough, boys. Have I heard LCD I4? No, I haven't heard LCD I4, but the first... Do you like jazz? I saw that comment. I haven't heard the LCD... No.
You told me to do it.
No, don't hug me.
You told me to do it on stream.
Don't hug me.
He told me. It's how it works.
I don't like hugs.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Have I heard LCD I4? No, but the only pair that I've seen showed up dead on arrival. That's why I haven't heard them. You want to listen to LCD I4? Yeah, sure. Dead on arrival. Didn't happen. HD600s? I love HD600s. I like the way you say, do you like jazz? Breath, 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 breath. Yeah, you're right. What? Is this not charging? This is where my phone dies, boys. This is where it goes. This is
20%.
it. Is it charging now? 1 second. We're gonna have a slight issue here if this isn't charging. No, it is charging. It's just
plugged in.
Draining while it's charging. Now this is getting weird. Well, we're 86 minutes into the stream, and I already talked about reviewing some things, so yeah, it is probably going to start getting weird at this point. You guys are going to see a side of me that you don't see because I normally edit all of this weird stuff out. Would the balance cable make a sound difference? Here's the thing. If a headphone is not getting properly powered, you're definitely going to see a difference. So, with that said, balanced amps are better at providing power. So if your headphones need a lot of power, like some kind of a T50 mod, if you can get that balanced and get a balanced amp for it, it's probably going to sound better. ASMR vid, I mean, I have some nice microphones. It'd be a little bit awkward, but it can be done. Yeah, it actually has been that long. It's been 87 minutes and 38 plus seconds. Audio quality control. Yeah, you gotta love it because every headphone sounds different, even if it's the same headphone.
Made birth to headphones.
I used to use a ribbon mic. Now I use an MXL Genesis 2 tube microphone, which I just has a close place to my heart because it's a good value tube mic. What? I mean, yeah. Yeah, well, does HD650 benefit from balanced? I think that it can, depending on the amp. It sounded really good on the Own S6 because 650 isn't as hard to drive as some other headphones, and Own S6 had plenty of juice for it. Make an ear whispering ASMR with Zeos. I mean, I'll mention it to them. I'll message them and be like, "This is what they want. This is what the people are asking for."
It, yeah.
We'll just get our microphones and, "Hey guys, DMS3 TV here." This is the sound of the alpha pads, and you just take the alpha pad up next to the mic and just, yeah. The people have spoken. Oh god, no, I'm not gonna take my shirt off. If this was Twitch, that would get me banned. Because I have nipples. Do a live Twitch stream with Zeos. Zeos lives very far from me. We'd have to find some way to coordinate that. It'd have to be through, like, Google Hangouts or something like that. Me and Z, we're going to do a collaborative video at some point where we're each going to build a monoblock. So we'd have 2 amps, and then send them to each other. How much do I make off YouTube? Not much. Really not much. Like probably like $150 a month on YouTube and another $150 a month on Patreon, and all of that, literally all of that, goes into shipping. I spend all of that money shipping things back and forth to review on the channel and then shipping them back to people, because I ship so much stuff and a lot of it goes out of the country. It's insane. So I basically don't profit off YouTube.
Those were a lot of boxes.
It was a lot of boxes. Last time we went, we brought like, I don't know, like 11 boxes, and like 3 of them went out of the country.
Yeah. Good shakes, though.
They do have really good shakes there. The post office here has milkshakes.
Greatest of places.
Yeah, you do need a DAC with HT600 to get the best of it, but it's really worth it. I am going to open up a P.O. box, and then I'm going to post it publicly, and you guys can just send me whatever you want, and it's going to be kind of like bad unboxing, but worse, because I'm not as talented as iDubbbz.
I have a bad feeling about that.
I have a bad feeling about it, too. People have sent me salamander masks and dildos already. Do you regret not looking for a good job, for example, going to college? No, because I love my job right now, and I make good money off of it. So I get almost every day off because I work from home. When I am working in the field, I'm on set on Music Row, like filming music videos and reality shows and things like that. I get almost completely unlimited creative freedom with my job, and I get to travel. So I absolutely love my career. I wouldn't change a thing in the world. Yeah, HT600 and NFB. Oh, I'm not going to talk about how much money I make. Sorry. I know there's curiosity, but any crazy stuff happening during... I mean, yeah, this is the music video. Or not the music video, this is the music industry. There's always crazy things happening. I mean, even, you know, behind stage in places, you never know what the heck you're going to see out there. You can make... Oh, okay, I'll put it this way. If you're interested in this career field, the starting rate for people who edit video in Nashville is around $50 an hour and can go up to several $100s an hour. So, it can be good. Any good Nashville bands you recommend now? Yes, there's one called The Verge. They released an album called It's About Time, and they are good friends of mine. They're super cool. Ultra good vibes, and they are very good live.
That's a good question.
Have you ever edited any music that you think is terrible? Yeah, all the time, non-stop. It never ended. When I had a recording studio, I can't tell you how many people came in that were just like wannabe rappers. That was like 60-70% of my business. Like, people would literally show up with
but be rappers. That's fine.
Yeah.
You can try that.
Literally, you think of the people who, like, show up with a cup full of Sprite and cough syrup and with, like, blunts and just go in and just rap about bullshit. They just sit there and... stuff like that, and none of it would make any sense. There is rap I like out there. Don't get me wrong. I got some love for parts of the hip-hop scene. A lot of these guys were terrible. It's just how it is. I mean, there's one guy who was a rapper, though. He came in almost every day for, like, 3 years. And that guy was great. Like, he would spit just incredible verses nonstop. Who do I listen to from rap? I like Logic, Kendrick, and Mac Miller. Bose earbuds or M300? M300 for sure. What else do I listen to? You know what? I'm a little bit curious now. Here, let's just I'm still here, guys. I'm just going to turn around for a second. I won't be able to read your comments for just one moment. I'm actually going to look up and see what I do listen to. There you go. I had a Logic album pulled up right there. Is there any dark T50RP modded headphones? If you can get a hold of some Mark IIs, T50 Mark IIs, then Argon is God. Argon is like a God headphone. So yeah, let's see. Mac Miller, Logic. If we're just talking about rap, Mac Miller and Logic and Kendrick, or any of the rappers I listen to. I sometimes listen to like Tyler the Creator or something. Most of what I listen to is more chilled out than that. I like some stuff like Phil Collins and Elton John. I don't know. Yeah. Pink Floyd, Half Moon Run's pretty good. stuff like that.
Do we?
Kid Cudi's okay. Run the Jewels is good. I saw Run the Jewels at Bonnaroo a few years ago, and it was absolutely fantastic. What up, yo? Yeah, this is the first time I've done a live stream on YouTube. I'm doing this for the next 2 weeks because of RMAF, because I have not had time to prepare enough content. I've been very busy working. Where to buy flax? I don't know. I've actually been using Tidal for almost everything for a while now. Tidal is a kind of a slow service. It lags, and it costs money every month, but with the amount of music I go through, it's worth it for me.
There's a lot of good flax you can get off of GarageBand for a lot of independent artists.
Yeah,
especially
Bandcamp.
like rap or vaporwave or any more obscure genres.
Bandcamp? Yeah, Bandcamp. Bandcamp is
Garage Camp, what I said?
You said GarageBand.
That's the Mac program for...
That is a Mac program.
Something.
Yeah, Bandcamp is pretty good, but for the amount of money that you would spend on Flax, it's almost worth it to just have a streaming service. It's just so much cheaper. I mean, you know...
Tidal's got a lot of faults, though.
Tidal does have a lot of faults. You do rely heavily on your data, and you do rely heavily on your devices. Like, if you have a DAP like the M1S, you're not going to be able to use Tidal, obviously, on it because you have to put local files on there. So, and a lot of those, I do get a lot of those off Bandcamp for independent artists and things like that. Yeah. Tidal is flat quality.
They got master quality stuff, too.
Yeah, well, I mean,
selection,
the master quality thing is a little bit weird, but yeah, no, Tidal...
Some of it sounds good.
Tidal does stream in flat quality, for sure.
They got
it's the exact same.
Hotel California album.
It's 24... I want to say it's 2442, but I could be wrong.
It varies.
Yeah, it varies from thing to thing. Either way, I've been happy with Tidal. I can't complain too much about it. I mean, I can complain about how sometimes it doesn't load. I can complain about how there'll be an album on there and then it'll get removed a few weeks later because it's by an independent artist and they just don't keep their stuff on there sometimes. I can complain about how it's a little bit more difficult to find new artists on there, unlike how Spotify's suggested system is. I love Spotify a lot more, but Spotify doesn't have good quality. What is out there besides Tidal? Well, I don't think there's any options as far as hi-fi streaming is concerned, but there is Spotify and Google Play Music. Spotify, I think, has the best UI out there. Google Play Music is a little bit cheaper and also gives you YouTube Red. Or you can get YouTube Red and it comes with Google Play Music, which is really convenient. It has all the same music that Spotify has, but a worse interface. So you get what you pay for. If Spotify had hi-fi streaming, I would be using Spotify for everything, but Spotify doesn't have hi-fi streaming. So that's the downside. I love Spotify so much more, but it just doesn't have the level of quality that I want for a lot of things. And Tidal has just slightly better quality, enough that it is worth it for me. So, audiophile YouTube, I mean, YouTube doesn't have really high quality, unfortunately. It hurts my soul, but it's how it is. If Spotify lossless comes around, I will jump on it a heartbeat. I will leave Tidal behind and never look back at it. Like, really. Because Spotify's very well done. We're going on, we passed an hour and a half. We're at an hour and 40 minutes almost, guys. Can you believe we've been going for that long?
It was like a 2-hour stream is going to be, or what?
Yeah, it looks like it might be about 2 hours.
You have the brightest light in the entire universe right now.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys have seen that. This is sitting right here.
Jesus.
That's why his face is covered up. It's because it's really bright in here.
Yeah, that's why I do this.
We'll do it for about 2 hours. You know what? Ask metal questions for just a second. I'm gonna grab a glass of water.
Oh, that's a mistake.
Because I've been sitting here for a really long time. So, does Metal have gauges too? He does not.
I do not. No.
Fun fact.
Got
I just tried to grab my phone. It's right there.
I'm too poor.
All right.
Also, things penetrating the skin is spooky.
Where is
some spooky stuff? I bike ride occasionally.
What did they just ask?
Nothing, man.
What did you just ask?
Well, I mean, you could find out if you scrolled up, but don't.
I'm going to.
I'm not going to answer that question. Even I don't know the answer to that.
You want a pickle, dude?
Do I want a pickle?
Yeah.
Damn straight I want a pickle.
Okay.
Give me that pickle. Oh, you're
No,
taking
I'm bringing them in there.
Oh, you're bringing the pickles in here. Nobody takes screenshots of that. Nobody takes screenshots of these pickles.
That was an
You're
invitation.
not allowed to.
All right, what was the question? Where is it?
Pickle Rick.
Pickle Rick. It's Rick and Morty time. What? There's so many questions.
It's right there.
Oh God.
That's not even a question.
It's not even a question. You're right.
Yeah.
Gosh, I'm lost. Okay. Well, let me just get these open. Yeah, Clausens are great, by the way. If you've never had them, let's talk about food for a minute. All right, let's review some food. I've tried pretty much every kind of pickles out there, just because I love pickles. Because my stomach has been messed up for years. And
trouble there. You need Alex Jones to show you how to open a pickle jar?
Yeah, I need Alex Jones to open a pickle jar. Here's the thing. So I don't have a gallbladder. I don't have a gallbladder at all, so thanks.
Also, I'm drinking the pickle juice.
So here's the thing. Vinegar. Vinegar is really good for my digestive system.
Really?
Yeah.
Weird.
Here, you want that one? So right after I had my gallbladder taken out, I ate pickles nonstop. Like I would eat I'm not even kidding, like a jar of pickles a week. And I found that Clausens had the best crunch. The reason for that is because Clausens are kept cold. They're refrigerated as cucumbers the whole time that they're turned into pickles. It makes the process slower, but they're so much better. I know I'm like super skinny. I look like I belong in
a camp of sorts where you visit indefinitely for extended periods of time.
Well, what is it that you do about digestion? I'm curious now.
He eats sand in his food.
I will totally talk about it, RMAF. See, one day... No, it's dark here, too.
Just a really bright light.
I would review pickles. I'm not even kidding. It'd be fun.
Pickle Rick?
It's Pickle Rick. Yeah, I ate crap for years. And I used to have some bad habits. I used to smoke cigarettes. I used to drink soda. I quit all that at once. I only drink water now. And my body just went into shock out of that. And since then, I have not been able to eat without tons of proton pump inhibitors. It just makes me sick to my stomach. So, vinegary things help. Downside, I've been on proton pump inhibitors for 3 years now.
You should just drink pickle juice. Every day. Wake up in the morning, pickle juice.
Yeah, ginger is good.
Like a pregnant woman.
We'll look that up. Yeah, fiber does actually help my digestive system a lot. So, what I do, I drink a glass of water probably
seconds.
every 3 or 4 hours.
Every 30 seconds.
It is hard to get off PPIs. Actually, I got off proton pump inhibitors for a good while simply by adding powdered fiber to my diet because it would absorb all the stuff going on in here. That being said, I am going to take PPIs for the next couple of weeks just because I don't want to have to worry about bringing powdered fiber with me everywhere I go in Denver. Well, I also don't eat, I have a hard time digesting vegetables, so fiber helps with that.
Pickle's stuck.
Oh, no, don't.
The pickle is stuck. That guy.
They're really good pickles. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Yeah, somebody said bitch made body. Well, yeah, I mean, look at me. I'm basically a skeleton man. Look at this. What is this?
It's October, guys. He's just dressed up.
I'm just a skeleton wrapped in skin, let's be real. It's my Halloween costume.
Sends shivers down your spine.
But my lady still likes me. So there's that.
Normie.
I wonder if she's watching this. She actually might be watching this because she's at work and she's closing tonight. And she said it's a really slow night. Oh, I haven't checked my messages. Re-E-E. Yeah, I see that. You're good, boy. Grill likes bone... Oh, God.
You were about to read that.
No, I actually don't. I don't drink. I used to drink. I just don't now. It's just not my thing.
I drink.
Occasionally. The only alcohol I'll really ever consume now is something that's a nitro. Like
what?
Nitro. Like Guinness or Boddington's or something like that.
So I was imagining like...
I do have a girlfriend. She's great. She edits a video. She's coming with me to RMAF.
Or boyfriend.
She has a YouTube channel. So, there's that. I'm on her YouTube channel on, like, actually a lot of videos. She doesn't have a lot of subscribers yet, but hopefully that'll change. I can see her going places with her channel. She just started making YouTube videos, like, 2 months ago. But she's got the personality for it. So, she's got the personality for YouTube. Her channel is... her name, but it's spelled weird. Here, I'll see if can I type on this? I don't know if I can type in the chat.
Probably not.
Yeah, I can't type in the chat.
If we both answer questions...
You know what? Here, I'll just tell you how to spell it. Her channel is called Caitlyn Long, C-A-I-T-L-Y-N. Long, L-O-N-G. And she has, like, 26 subscribers. So you'll find it. I think her most recent video is her singing.
Ooh.
Caitlyn Long with a C. That's her channel. C-A-I-T-L-Y-N space L-O-N-G. So she's super cool. She does like vlogs and things like that. Just kind of like fun, energetic things. She hasn't quite found 100% what she wants to do with her channel yet. Yeah, just spelled like that. She hasn't found exactly what she wants to do with her channel yet, but, you know, she's getting there. I know how to spell her name. It's just like, I haven't, it's weird to spell, but I know how to spell it. We're good. I can spell. Look at me. Hey, some people would disagree, though, because sometimes I misspell video titles. Any opinions on HD800? Bright. Exceptionally detailed. Micro detail is insane.
Well, people ask a lot of
questions.
questions.
No, we just both have to have an account on there.
People ask a lot of questions like that, don't they?
Yeah, they do. That's
pretty
a non-stop thing in my life.
Yeah. Huh. Huh.
Not brighter than the T1. Why?
What do you mean? I'm just adding sound effects, you know.
Take out my gauges. Okay, sure. There you go. Now my ears look like little cat butts.
What?
They look like little... Just how it is.
Okay.
Sound engineers don't need to know how to spell. I mean, it's a new Spider-Man movie worth seeing. I haven't seen it. Any opinions on M300 versus some other heavy hitters like the 650 or 800? They're exceptionally different.
Can confirm.
Portability-wise, they're pretty dang hard to beat. It's nice because I can still hear my surroundings to an extent. I've liked everything basically about the M300. Yeah, 650 is better overall. 650 is also more expensive and less portable. You call your cat's butthole the Eye of Sauron.
Huh. Huh. I like.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. You just won a
What about vinyls? I love vinyl. I have actually a ton of vinyl here. I don't use it for critical listening, and I don't use it for testing headphones, but I do use it for personal pleasure when I get the chance. Vinyl is excellent. That's actually not a bad price for XC. It's always watching. Oh, God. Thanks for that. Yeah, vinyl's fun.
Ooh.
Ooh. Well, I mean, yeah, XC is not bad. It's just, it's something. It's just claustrophobic to me. I feel like Odyssey is better at doing open backs unless you're talking about the EL8s. The EL8 is better as a closed back. Some people in this chat are being a bit rude. It does happen. I just kind of roll with it.
Better than Twitter.
Let's be honest, it's the internet. You're going to see all kinds of things. And if somebody's giving you a hard time, just don't pay attention to them. That's just how it goes. If you're having a hard time with somebody or if you don't like something somebody's saying, just... It's not worth letting it stress you out. We're rude because we love DMS. Oh. Thank you. Oh, is Fred in here? Fred is in here. What up, Fred? They're jealous of my Super Saiyan swagger. Yeah, because I definitely have blonde hair and muscles.
Yep.
Be safe. Tons of that. That's unfortunate. Hey, thank you. I also enjoy my videos because I make them. Good stuff. We've been going for 110 minutes.
Whoa.
What is, let's see. It's a pretty good bit. It's almost 2 hours.
Yeah.
So what do you think? Okay, I think that we will cut it at 2 hours, so we'll go for another 10 minutes. And then I have to get back to work because I have to get this video done before Monday. It's the thing for Maren Morrison. If I don't get it done, then that would be bad because they have to publish it. M1060 mods, I want to do it. I got to get more M1060s. Yeah, this is the longest thing I've ever done on my channel. I've never streamed before on my channel. We went for almost 2 hours straight, and it's been super fun. I'll probably be doing live again sometime this week, and I'll probably also be doing it again on Saturday at RMAF. I'm thinking about live streaming the drive to RMAF, which would mean that I might do like a 20-hour-long stream between Wednesday and Thursday. So I don't know, if you guys want to see like a 20-hour-long stream, I might do it until I lose data out in the middle of Kansas.
With over 100 pit stops, I'm guessing.
Yeah, there will be lots of pit stops and lots of charging battery banks. My phone might not survive it. Yeah, me and girl are going for a 20-hour-long drive. You guys will get to meet her on live stream. But other than that, I will guarantee be streaming from RMAF, either on the show floor or in my hotel room or something like that. I will stream and talk to you guys on Saturday because I don't have a video prepped for next Saturday, and it will be super fun. Maybe we'll do a stream where you guys tell me what you want to see, and we'll walk there on live stream and go check it out together on stream. For everybody who can't go to RMAF, I think that'd be kind of fun. Car plus giant battery bank. I mean, as long as my phone can charge faster than it drains, we should be able to do the stream. I might lose my voice.
You're already having that issue.
I'm already having that issue. I might lose my voice after talking for a really long time, aka you testo. Yeah, for everybody who can't go to RMAF, I'll try and stream the things that you want to see, so you're not too left out. Don't argue, guys. It'll all be alright.
We gotta start shipping Lewis and Lee together. Lewis X Lee, DeviantArt style.
Yeah, I just got a lot more tired in just a couple seconds right there. I don't even know what time it is because I don't have my phone. My phone's
I smell
screaming.
like pickle juice. I'm pickle right now.
You spilled pickle juice. What time is it? 9:39.
Hey.
Yeah, well, I thought about the fact that I have to get this video done before 5 o'clock tomorrow.
AM or PM?
And that made me... PM.
Okay, good.
And that made me very tired. I need to get a tablet. What are Metal's favorite headphones?
The only ones I have.
He actually has some really good headphones. He has Sennheiser HD580s, and I wish I had them.
I had 210s originally. They were okay.
Hey, dude, I'm from Brazil. Dude, thank you.
Brazil.
I super love making them, and I want to reach out to as many people as possible. Metal goes to New York. Does that make him North Dakota? Because he's Dakota and he could be up north.
That's the 38th time someone has made that joke.
I like it. They should keep making that joke.
I agree.
Stay awake on that long drive, and I'll enjoy your flight from Ohio. Ooh, flying out. That must be nice. I kind of like driving. I'm actually bringing... There's a big telescope over there. I'm bringing that because I'm going to set up in the middle of the night in Kansas and check out some stars and do some astrophotography while I'm on the way there. Do I speak Spanish?
No habla español.
I used to. I don't really well anymore. I kind of suck at it. So, but I did take 2 years of Spanish. I just kind of forgot a lot of it after high school. So it's just because I never had the ability to practice it. That's how it goes.
Get that Duolingo going.
I do occasionally post some stuff on my Instagram related to astrophotography, which is at DMS3TV on Instagram, but also, well, my phone's right here. It's honestly either pictures of my dog, my girlfriend, or space. That's pretty much all it's on there. But I do plan on posting a lot more soon. The place that I normally take astrophotography, well, I don't advertise the Telegram. The Discord is the only one I actually advertise, so that's why the Telegram is usually more empty. The only place I actually post astrophotography pictures is on Instagram for the most part, but I had to stop recently because the place I was taking pictures at outside of the city, I got rolled up on by a police officer and he said I couldn't take pictures out there anymore. So I'm going to try and find a new spot where I can really see the sky and start taking pictures again. And I kind of want to get some different glass for my camera because I have been using... Let me just get this all set up. Any pictures of the eclipse? No, but my uncle took some really good pictures of the eclipse and did a time-lapse video. It actually ended up being in like a bunch of magazines and stuff. The camera that I normally use is this one right here. It is the Sony a6300 4K camera. It'll either shoot in 4K 24 or 1080 at 120. And the ISO goes up insanely high. This is what I've been taking with me pretty much everywhere, and this is what I've been doing my photography with. But yeah, there is a butter container. It's full of Chex Mix. How much is this camera? You can actually get one of these. I don't know. I actually have no idea. I'd have to look it up. But my work is going to be letting me use some of their cameras for YouTube videos soon, which means that we're going to be filming on a Red soon, which will be really awesome. An 8K camera. Yeah, I use the Sony a6300 for YouTube, and if I need a secondary camera, then I use this one, which is what I used to use, which is a Canon T2i, and also a Canon 70D. So, but my main one has been this, the Sony a6300. But for my work, we edit in Red 8K, which is really dope. That's a nice comment. Now, the GH5 is interesting, but I don't like the color profiles available for it. It doesn't have as much dynamic range, and it doesn't, as far as I know, have as high of a bit rate. The wiggly effect from the old videos, that's when I used to use warp stabilizer. Now when I need a stable shot, I just shoot it in high frame rate and then slow it down in post. So
yeah, that wiggly was wonky.
the wiggly was from my warp stabilizer when I used to shoot on this, the T2i, which this T2i, I know I'm doing something terrible here, but look, this thing barely works. It doesn't even have a shutter. Did I take classes? No, I just started doing it and taught myself, and now I do it in the industry, and this is what I'm taking with me on the road, is probably this, and then probably like a 5D to do photography with on tour. The ISO on this, in video mode, I'm not even kidding, here. The ISO on this camera in video mode goes up to 51,200. You probably can't see that on camera, but like, that is a very high ISO. This thing has a lot of potential. And it doesn't get really grainy until probably ISO 25,000. So this is really good in low light. Downside, whenever I use Canon glass on it with a speed booster, I cannot control the aperture on any of my Canon lenses, so when I'm doing anything that is on-the-go shooting, or anything where I need to shoot in daylight, I use this Sigma 19mm cinema lens.
The Note 8.
Note 8? What? Yeah, Note 8 over iPhone X. Isaac has the Note 8. You don't know Isaac. Isaac's like one of my best friends. He has the Note 8, and it's just, oh, it's so nice. I'm really jealous of it. One day.
One day you'll get a BlackBerry.
I'm gonna get a V30. The blue one. The blue what? The blue fidget spinner? Because I got a blue fidget spinner. Oh, it's getting bad.
We'll sub to you Roblox if you buy everyone Roblox Gold membership
Hey,
for $300.
need red phone. That would actually be really cool. The red hydrogen one. That would be really, really awesome. Seeing Red make an Android phone would be dope. I mean, it is happening. It's really expensive. I would take that over the iPhone X. Just because Red making a modular smartphone that's going to be like...
I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, Red, it's got a 3D screen you don't need glasses for, just like the 3DS. And it's going to be modular and capable of... Like, you could attach something to put in Red mini mags and Red camera sensors and Red lenses and stuff like that.
So it's going to have 1 second of battery life?
I think that'll be an attachable module also. Basically, it's going to be a smartphone, but also a Red camera that's portable.
Is the 3D effect going to be attachable, or...?
No, that's like built into the phone.
That sounds like
it's a big.
battery life.
It's gonna be a big phone. Have a lovely night, yeah. Combine red hydrogen and V30 to make the ultimate phone. Ooh. What if the hydrogen has a good DAC though? We don't know yet. It might. It would be expensive, for sure. Expensive. Guys, it is approaching. No, it is at a little over 2 hours. Get the kazoo. I have a kazoo. It's in my car. But I'm going to wrap this up because we've been going for about 2 hours. I'm pretty tired, and I do have to get a video finished for my work tonight. So I do need to get to working on that before I get too exhausted. So I really appreciate everybody who has tuned in for this. And I will... That's not Caitlin. That's someone completely different. That's Dakota.
Time.
That's the guy who lives with me. That's the guy who edits videos with me. Completely different person. Anyway, I will see you guys sometime soon. I will try and stream while I am on the trip to Denver on the road. And if I don't see you guys then, I will 100% for sure be streaming on Saturday at RMAF. Until then, I will catch you guys next time. Peace.